You wouldn't believe how much we got paid to do this, right, everyone?
That's a big night. We have a babysitter and everything. Congratulations.
Mark thought you knew that I'm sleeping on the phone in the afternoon. When he called? Yeah, I got to look up his shot.
All these sneaking around. Yes, I do.
What? Oh, there's a real great. Congratulations.
There must be two functions up and down. Why? They said I shouldn't.
Not yet.
The good guys don't do Thanks, Jim. Photo of better guy. Appreciate it. Jesus, look at this table, huh? I'll reach across, Jim. I got it.
Jim's son, Congressman Tierney Bond.
Especially being that. I had a couple of people, actually I didn't have some inkling. I had a couple of people that somebody made a comment. I worked the circus detail the other night. And they said, hey, it's Officer Good Guy. Have a nice time Friday night. I said, how does he know what I'm doing Friday night? Because I was coming for this scholarship dinner, I thought, Friday night.
Well, that was a good idea that they brought you in with the slot.
Yeah, that was, I don't know whose idea it was, but I'll blame it on Mark, of course, Di Giovanni. We'll just have to take the blame for that.
I didn't vote for you. Sit up.
One guy who could always count on us.
Actually, at the diner the other day, I knew all about it. I was reading the paper.
Yeah, all of it. And then some of them I work with every day.
Depends on me.
I looked in the door. I saw these faces and I saw my family.
I'm surprised they don't call you Methuselah.
Yeah, I'm just glad he's here. Better today. You know, he's been up and down. I think they're trying to get the blood pressure under control, but he's, you know, he's all right. He's got some cover to him. I was in with him Saturday. He got better all day Saturday. Sunday, he looked great. And then, I guess whatever, they put him in intensive care, something to do with his blood pressure, but they shouldn't have it. It's medication. They're juggling medicines.
Probably had a goal to be here.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing now.
Well, you probably had a goal to be here tonight. You had to be here.
I came and talked with him, that's what I want to know. I was going to come in, but I said, I want to come in, but I have a talk that I'm going to.
That's how they got you here. Yeah.
Not very nice.
When you find out next year you got the shame of it.
Ladies and gentlemen, time to eat.
He said it happened.
Representing State Senator Bruce Tarr is A.J. Paglia, the legislative aide. He has another commitment tonight, and he said he'd like to do his thing early on. And I really appreciate him coming, as we all do. So Mr. A.J. Paglia, representing Senator Tarr, has something to say. Mr. Paglia.
Thank you very much. It's a great pleasure to be here tonight representing Senator Tarr. I want you all to know that the senator is a little irate at the fact that he was not able to make the Good Guy Award this year. He always enjoys it very much, and unfortunately his schedule is just packed and he could not make it this evening. He has ordered a citation. Before we start the citation, I've heard an awful lot about Officer Chip Bruce. He seems like a wonderful man. I've never had the pleasure of meeting him until tonight. But just to think of and hear all the good things that he's done for this community, there's just volumes and volumes of great things to say about him. And having a person like him with his character serving the people in Wilmington and having so many friends and family and doing so many remarkably good things in society, especially when it's so difficult to get through some of the barriers that are out there in society today. We need people like him, and we're very fortunate to have people like him. And it's a great thing that all the people are here today recognizing him as a recipient of the Good Guy Award. So with that, and I am a little partial because as Officer Chip Bruce is a police officer, I am a former police officer as well for 8 years. So I'm a little partial to Chip. And I'd like to present him with a state citation, and it's from the State Senate. And it reads as follows: the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, State Senate, official citation. Be it known that the Massachusetts State Senate hereby extends its congratulations to Chip Bruce in recognition of receiving the Good Guy Award. And be it further known that the Massachusetts State Senate extends their best wishes for continued success, and that this citation be duly signed by the President of the Senate, attested to and a copy thereof transmitted by the Clerk of the Senate. And this citation is signed by the President of the Senate, Thomas Birmingham, attested to by the Clerk of the Senate, Patrick Scanlon, and offered by Senator Tarr on May 14, 1999. Congratulations, best of luck to Chip Bruce. Thanks a lot, and God bless.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's going to be difficult, as I say, talking while we're eating, but I think we should get the night started. And I'd like to do so by just explaining to you how the Good Guy is nominated here in the town of Wilmington. Back in 1967, a bunch of people in town thought there was a fellow here who did an awful lot for the town. His name was Rocco DiPasquale, and he had a restaurant here in town called Rocco's. So a group of people went down with a plaque and said, "Hey, Rocco, you're a great guy. In fact, you're a good guy. And we're nominating you and making you a good guy here in Wilmington." And then they sat down and had a free meal, I think. So this has been going on since 1967, and Chip is going to be the last good guy for this millennium. So how you get to be a good guy is there's a campaign every year about this time, and there's an issue, an ad put in the paper announcing the fact the Good Guy Committee is looking for candidates. And this year we had 7 candidates. People had written in expressing their desire to have friends of theirs or people they know active in the church, the community, people who do something above and beyond their day's work. The people are elected by the Good Guy Committee, not on the number of letters they get, but on the quality of the letters written. And once the name is nominated, it's pretty easy to do a little background check and just see what these people have done for the town that makes them worthy of being a good guy. This year we had a landslide of votes and letters come in for Chip Bruce, and as the night goes on, you'll understand why. I think of the 7 candidates, this particular candidate, Chip Bruce, had 46 letters written. So to start this off, we normally give you a little bit of taste of what these letters say and why Chip Bruce wound up sitting at this table tonight. So the first speaker we're going to have tonight is going to start with the high school group. Going to start with a junior. We're trying to get a sophomore, but they haven't taken penmanship yet here at Wilmington. So we're going up to the junior class. We're going to save the seniors for last. So the first junior to speak, the fellow who wrote a letter, a very touching letter, is going to read that letter tonight. His name is James Rook. So let's continue reading like James speaks. James.
Dear members of the Selection Committee, my name is James Rourke, and I'm currently a junior attending Wilmington High School. I'm writing on behalf of one of the greatest and most influential men who I've ever encountered in my life, Officer Chip Bruce. Through our 5-year acquaintance, he's acted as my teacher, coach, mentor, and most importantly, friend. In an age where true role models are difficult to come by, Chip Bruce offers an excellent alternative to the adolescents of Wilmington. I first encountered Chip at the West Intermediate School, where he taught the DARE program to the 7th grade. Upon meeting him, we soon became close. His friendly nature directed towards the youth of this town was rare and welcomed. After graduating from the program, Chip remained a part of my life, since he can usually be found interacting with the children of Wilmington while both on and off duty. In fact, I was part of the second group of students who became involved in the whitewater rafting trips, which he offers every summer. These trips have now become the highlight of my summer. This year, Chip is conducting at least 8 trips. Obviously, he is well respected by both the children and parents of Wilmington. His devotion to both present and previous students is unparalleled. In addition to this exceptional time devoted to Wilmington's youth, Officer Bruce is also the assistant coach of both soccer and hockey teams and is highly respected by his players. Chip also graciously runs a basketball tournament each summer where he distributes shirts and trophies in both male and female divisions. Although one may then infer that he cares more for athletes, he is just as willing to congratulate a student for a high grade. Many people enter a child's life and temporarily affect his progress, but few are able to leave such an impression that his effects will always be seen. Officer Chip Bruce is one of those few. He is an absolute necessity to our town. For all that he has done, the children of Wilmington should be thankful that we were given such a generous man. Sincerely, James Rook.
Representing U.S. Rep. John Tierney is Ms. Cheryl Vesic. How do you say representing a representative?
You did okay.
That's not bad.
Usually representing Congressman Tierney.
Aha, I knew I did it wrong. This is Congressman Tierney she's representing. I apologize to the good rep. Okay, thank you very much.
Gee, you've made him a senator tonight, and
And I still haven't eaten yet.
I know. It's always a pleasure coming to Wilmington. Judy DePalma introduced me to the AIM group, and I've been coming ever since. This is my 3rd Good Guys Award, and really impressed that a whole town gets together and really honors someone who goes above and beyond the call of duty, shall we say. You know, I have a 17-year-old boy in, I have 6 children, and I have a 17-year-old boy, and I'm really impressed that on a Friday night, you've got a group of young men, and they've been so wonderful. I've been sitting there watching them and really enjoying them, so it's really... And from some of the stories that I've heard tonight, and from Judy, who I talked to on the phone, I can see why, because you have really done a wonderful, wonderful job. So it's my privilege, since the Congressman couldn't be here tonight, to award you with this Certificate of Special Congressional Recognition, presented to Chip Bruce in recognition of outstanding and invaluable service to the community. Congratulations. What happened?
Oh, absolutely.
And I think that you would be
It'll be my pleasure.
join our team.
Thank you.
Very, very
Thank
much.
you. Tell the Congressman thank you.
I definitely will.
That's that. I should ask the high school students what the difference between a senator and a representative is. I don't know. We've heard from one student. I'd like to hear from one teacher from the North Intermediate School, Mrs. Muriel Gravelis. She's bringing a sidekick, Mrs. Terry Sullivan. May I announce something?
Oh,
Mr. Olson. Mr. Olson's going to join you later?
yes.
That's Bill. How's that? Can we get that?
Yeah.
All set?
I'm all
Don't
set.
be nervous. Okay.
Oh, shut up, Chip.
Okay.
Harry told me this was a roast. Oh, man. It is indeed an honor to speak on behalf of such a wonderful, caring, and all-around good guy, Chip Bruce. Shut up.
Is that it?
No, he just won't leave me alone. We all know what Chip does for his job, but it's what he does on his own free time that makes him something extremely special. As many of you realize, Chip is a multi-talented individual. For example, not only is Chip a coach, but he is an athlete in his own right. As a matter of fact, he is a triathlete, competing in one of the most grueling of competitions, the toothpick javelin throw, the elastic slingshot, and the pick the kid off the head with the jelly bean bullseye competition. Knowing how expensive training for any sport can be, we are giving you a supply of toothpicks and jelly beans, along with a large red elastic. With this goes our hopes that you will shoot for the moon. Chip is also a mega movie buff, especially movies dealing with white...
Sorry, Muriel.
especially movies dealing with white water rafting. We are therefore presenting you I've been practicing all week. With a home theater kit, complete with popcorn, popcorn bucket, candy, cookies, and your favorite movie, The River Wild. The only drawback is that you will have to supply your own rubber raft and co-pilot. As if this was not enough, Chip has aspirations to be a World Federation wrestler. As a matter of fact, he has just returned from a recent engagement from the Foxwoods Casino. Missy, who's going down with me, was able to find one of the promotion posters with your stage name, the Flamethrower. Man. We hereby present you with this poster, with you, the Flamethrower, front and center as a memento of your debut at Foxwoods. We promise that at your next bout, there will be no ladies with bows trying to hit you off the head. And although we cannot have Sable to walk you into the ring, we have been able to contact the two sidekicks, Bike Rack and Fake Out, to be by your side as you enter the ring. We are also presenting you with this doctor's kit, given to you by the Risograph Company of Boston. It is given to you with gratitude for being the courageous human conduit between electricity and machine. In the basket, we have given you numerous medical supplies, plus an extra hand. You're not helping me, Terry. People also realize that Chip is one good-looking guy. As a matter of fact, Chip has been chosen as the GQ model for the new Village People clothing line. The line features all leather coat and chaps outfit, the policeman's outfit, and the army outfit. As a matter of fact, they have just come out with the accessories for the army outfit and a Tasmanian devil sporting the leather Chip look. Ho ho. Wait a minute. Who is that I see? Why, it's Miss Jean from Romper Room. And to think this is on TV. All right. Romper, stomper, stomper dude. Tell me who. Well, my cheeks are touching the sides, you know. Magic mirror, tell me today, did all my friends have fun at play? I see Mark DiGiovanni and all his friends playing nicely together. I see Susan, Elaine, Jimmy, Sue, Bobby, Joanne, and Dee, and there's Missy and Pammy. They're all good doobies. I see Glenn and Tony. Miss Jean says to be very forgiving of their wives' shopping habits. Wait a minute, is that who I think it is? Why, it is Chester Albert Bruce III. He has waited 39 and a half years for Miss Jean to finally notice him. Boy, have you been a good doobie. That is why you are more than deserving of the Good Guy Award for 1999. Congratulations and much love. We would like to have Bobby Olson please come up and make a presentation.
You two aren't going anywhere. You gotta help me. Get that away from me. Well, Chip, I know what you're thinking. If you find out who's responsible for this, you're gonna kill him. DiGiovanni, run. You know, one night I was sitting down having a conversation with my 12-year-old son, and we were talking about heroes and role models. And he asked me, he says, Dad, he says, when you're growing up, did you have a hero and a role model? And I said, yes. He says, who were they? I says, well, one was my dad and one was Bobby Orr. He says, well, now that you're getting older, do you still have heroes and role models? And I said, yes. He says, who are they? I says, my dad and Chip Bruce. He says, Chip Bruce, why Chip? I said, 3 reasons. He goes, what's that? I says, number 1, every kid in Wilmington looks up to him. Every man in town envies him. and every woman in town wants it. He looks at me and says, "Are you sure?" I says, "Sure, ask Chip." No, but seriously, this is a deserving award, and too many people don't see what this man does on a daily basis. And I have a couple of awards presentations for you. If you could please stand. Here is a figurine of a police officer and a young child, and I think it's very appropriate. And I have one more. I have a plaque to present to him from his friends at the North Intermediate. The Good Guy Award, presented to Chip Bruce, with sincere appreciation for your countless hours of dedicated service to the children of Wilmington. You are our guardian angel here on earth. The North Intermediate School, May 14th, 1999.
Those were the teachers. Let's bring back James Rook. Someone stopped me in the street the other day, knowing that I was going to be here tonight, and I had some affiliation with the Good Guy. And it was a parent, and they commented how fortunate they were living in a town where the children, when introduced to a police officer for the first time on an official basis, had someone with the high moral character that Chip Bruce has. And I agree Chip has high moral character, but the lady was wrong. Because the children meet Chip in about the 5th grade, I think. There is a police officer in town, though, who they meet before that. Is he another Chip Bruce? Yes, he is. Is he a good guy? Yes, he is. He was a good guy in 1983, and that's the safety officer here in town, Officer Bob Shelley. Bob, stand up for me, would you please? Stay standing. No, Bob, please, stay standing, please. Bob is giving up police work next year. Yeah, he's going out on the tour because last year he won the Masters, obviously, with the... Oh, you didn't win it yet, Bob. Just practicing, huh? Thanks for coming. Now, in a period of 16 years, the town of Wilmington has paid homage to 2 policemen as a good guy. That's quite an achievement for any town. So you wonder, is every policeman in town this qualified, this gifted? And who leads this group of policemen? Ladies and gentlemen, Chief Bobby Stewart.
Thanks, Harry. I'll be kind now. I won't say what I told you before. Actually, we were talking, and I asked Harry earlier, I says, you know, did you ever reconsider any of these Good Guy Awards? He said, what do you mean? I says, did you ever really take a look at some of the guys that have them, and, you know, maybe you might think about taking them back? And I said, I could think of at least 3 that maybe you should think that way. And he said, where am I on the list? I said, about 3rd. There's a couple, though, that certainly, you know, maybe some of the employee unions in town would disagree with the Good Guy Award, or a few others. But tonight we're here to honor Chip and to congratulate him. If I could, everyone has talked about his involvement with the students, the youth, coaching, the DARE, Police Athletic League. And I don't think, though, that all of you are aware of everything that Chip does and how he's available. I have parents who contact me from time to time because of problems they've had dealing with their own sons or daughters. Could be 3 o'clock in the morning. They pick up the phone, they call Chip Bruce. Chip goes to their home, he helps them deal with those problems. He does this on his own. He's not compensated for that. It's his sincere care for the youth of Wilmington that makes him do this. Chippy has probably taken our youth programs to a new level. I had excellent DARE officers and youth officers previously, and Lieutenant Spencer now, and previously Jimmy White as the DARE officer. When we appointed Chippy as the DARE officer and to work with the schools, he and I sat down and we talked about how we wanted to take this to another level, how he wanted to take it to another level. And through his efforts, we got the PAL program off the ground. You've seen the whitewater rafting trips. You've seen the expansion of the DARE program into the intermediate schools. You've seen his involvement at the high school level. Speaking with a reporter earlier, and didn't get to finish talking to her, but she says, could you predict that Chippy would be this quality of a person and an officer when you first appointed him? I said, most definitely. When we first sat down and talked about the programs and what we wanted to do and how we wanted to get involved with confidence building, I saw the dedication that he had then and that he's continued even today. It's an honor for my department to see him recognized here tonight. It's an honor for me personally. And I look forward to the rest of my tenure here with you and taking this program even further. My closing remarks, something Chippy said to me as he came in and we were going around the table. I told him what a wonderful thing it was for his father to be able to be here tonight, because there was some question as to whether he'd be able to make it or not. He says, Chief, I couldn't have a better night. I've got my kids and I got my family, and that's the most important thing to me. Chip, if you would. Shelley's responsible for this, so don't even bother reading it. Wilmington, 1999 good guy. The DARE officer, Chip Bruce, congratulations from the Wilmington Police Department and the Wilmington Police Association, especially the association.
Okay, thank you. As you probably can tell, we're not too well organized up here at the podium. And I should point out at this time also the fact that anybody who has something to say later on, I have a list of speakers, but if someone would like something to say, just simply get my attention and we'll add you right onto the list. What I neglected to do, a whole bunch of things. One is to introduce the Bruce family. They're here in number. And I should know them by name. And there it is right here, the magic list. Chip's brothers are here. David, Jim with his wife Lori, Scott with his wife Brenda, Maria, the sister with her husband Frank Merle, Sister April, Sister Laura Hodgson, and Sister Marilyn Cunningham with her husband. Various aunts and uncles are here too, and they're right here on list number 3 that Chief Stewart took. No, he didn't. Pat and George Brady are here, uncle and aunt. Mike and Karen Brady and Tom Gavin, uncles and aunts of Chip's. Cousins. All of the above, Bishop. I can't get a senator from a rep. How am I going to get cousins from uncles? Also, the nephews, Chip has nephews and nieces here tonight. They'll be introduced at a later time. But there are some people here who should be acknowledged who are not speaking tonight. And I might as well start at the top. The town manager, Mike Hyre, is here. The assistant town manager, Jeff Hull, also is here. But someone who we should call attention to, a former assistant principal of the Woburn Street School, come out of retirement. Dick DeRose is here tonight. There are other people here, but they're going to speak. I'll introduce them. Chairperson Susie Rooney is here from the school committee, along with Barbara Brakey, one of the school committee members, and there's some others I'll mention as the night goes by. But I said we do have a time schedule tonight. One of the time restrictions is Chip's dad, Chet. Chet, as I say, turns into something around midnight tonight. So he said he'd like to say a few words. For Chet Bruce to say a few words is really a miracle unto itself. Chet was a former member of the Conservation Committee. He was the chairman of that committee, a former selectman, a former chairman of the Board of Selectmen, a fantastic human being for raising a family like he did, but a super fantastic person for showing up here tonight. Chet's going to say a few words, and I don't know how we're going to do this. Want the microphone over there? Chet. We must be able to do this, right? How about this? One is, this is for the hall, one is for the TV crew. This is for the hall. This is for the hall. You may not get this on TV, but let's give it a try. Mr. Chester Bruce. Let's keep it under half an hour, okay?
I think, looking at Chip and seeing what he's done, I'm probably one of the proudest fathers around. Mr. Cunningham introduced my family, and there's no one any better. And my wife Joan, who stood beside me through all this bull that I've been going through. You know, die, come back, die, come back. I don't know why. They keep bringing me back.
We're going to take bets on what's next.
I think I'd like to say that the chief of police, Bobby Stewart, has been a big help. I know that Bob Shelley stands behind Chip, and I think the town manager, even though he's not talking, controls the budget a little bit, and has done a good job there as far as there goes. And there was one other that I was going to recognize, Bob Spencer, who was the dear officer prior to Chip. And I think that he's well pleased. I've talked to him a few times. He's very well pleased with what Chip has accomplished. In a scale of 1 to 10, Chip works for the department up to 5, and from 5 to 10, it's all overtime that he does not put in for, that he deals with the youth and handles them. And I'm very proud of my son. Thank you all very much.
Thanks, Chet. Something I didn't mention, by the way, these events tonight are being televised, not live. It's going to be shown at a later date. And if anybody's familiar with the goings-on at WCTV, you know what a later date means. I have the schedule, though. This show is going to be shown November 10th. It's a Thursday afternoon at 1:30. It's going to be right after the Congregational Easter Prayer Service, shown in its entirety. And it's going to be followed by a 1992 JV baseball game between Wilmington and Triton. So if you want to see yourselves, be sure to get there at that date. I'll announce this later also. But I should mention the fellows from WCTV are here tonight. They're here every year. Don Laird and Ron Bucheri. You getting my good side? Thanks, okay. Let's keep the speakers in the Bruce family. One of the sisters has something to say. This is Sister Laurie. Laurie's very nervous. She's asked me to stand here and hold her hand. I get paid extra for this. Okay.
All right. Hi.
Hi. Don't say hi to me. Say hi to
I said
them.
hi to you.
I see. Okay.
As you all know by now, we come from a very large family. Chip has 3 brothers and 4 sisters. And when you add the other halves, the kids, the parents, there's 21 of us. With this in mind, try to call a family meeting. Imagine what we go through. Once you've finally found a date and a time that the majority can meet, you've forgotten what the heck you're meeting for. The reminiscing in a group this size is hysterical also. We have cross-conversations, sidetracks, and multiple versions of the same story. But we did manage to pull together a few thoughts. Dave says, "Thanks for pulling me out of the river in New Hampshire with the Indian Flash. Also, thanks for letting me chase your horses all over the neighborhood at least once a week." And also, one last thing. Thanks for livening up each and every Thanksgiving with your disruptions. Maria, Marilyn, and Jim. Maria and Marilyn used to get rides to school on the back of their motorcycle. Chip and Jim used to drive them. And Maria, Marilyn, and Jim, all 3 of them have this story. I guess a car cut Chip off, and he couldn't go to the side because Jim and Marilyn were there. So he went right up the hatchback, back down again, landing safely with Maria still on the back. Now that's good driving. Maria also remembers the voice in the attic. The boys had a 3rd-floor bedroom, and Chip loves to sing. Maria remembers the grassroots coming from above. Scott also remembers his singing. The renditions of Silent Night at Christmas time is what he recalled. Speaking of Christmas, everyone mentioned the same thing. Christmas morning, Chip had the job of Santa. All his nieces even remember him handing out the presents. And living on Salem Street, of course, we went to the north for junior high. I was in the 8th grade, Chip was in the 7th. We had a jukebox in the cafeteria, and Chip spent his lunch hours dancing with my classmates. And here he is, still going to dances at the north. April says everything wonderful that happened in her life, Chip was a part of. One thing that stands out in my mother's mind was how mad Chip got when he had to go to the hospital before his surgery. I guess up until that point he had perfect attendance, and he was bull that he had to give that up. But on a serious note, Chip has always been there to support, encourage, or whatever it is we need. Every one of us can tell you that. And as everybody else, as a family, we just wanted to say we're glad that others recognize something that we've known for a long time. Chip truly is a good guy.
Thank you, Lori. No singing, huh, Chip? Okay, no singing. Representing Pop Warner football, Mr. Scott Wynn. The size of this guy, huh? I may need some help, Bob Shelley. This guy's big. Stay loose over there.
Boy, kind of tough to follow a speaker like him. A lot of the stories you've heard tonight were kind of funny in nature. I'm the president of Pop Warner, and 2 years before this, I was the president of Wilmington Little League. A lot of the children in this town, well, I shouldn't say a lot, there are a certain amount of children in this town that don't have a Brady Bunch, a TV-type family situation at their house. In the programs I've been involved with, you run into an awful lot of stories that aren't as positive and happy as I hope all the children here have been through in their life. The one constant in these children's lives who have situations like these has been Chip. There's been situations where, like I've heard before, in the middle of the night, Chip has come out to help these children, or taken them in for a day or so to help them get through a tough time. And these are not things that are paid with by a salary. I've only lived in Wilmington for 6 years. I came from Revere before this. So coming from outside, you get to see something that maybe you people have gotten used to almost. A person like this isn't involved with every community in this state. Most of the communities don't have someone like this. And there are an awful lot of children that end up falling through the cracks because of that. It's his dedication that helps children that maybe don't have someone to lean on. And in their troubled times, a lot of times it's the only person they can. Children have to be able to trust somebody. I have 3 children of my own in the Wilmington school system, and I can't tell you how many times they've come home with Chip stories. Sitting at the supper table, it's, you know, he told me this or he told me that, and I'll say, yeah, what? No, Dad. Chip told me this and Chip told me that, and, you know, what are you going to do? Well, the people at Pop One, Chip, we like to present this to you as soon as I found the front. An appreciation for everything you've done for us and for the children of this community. We'd be very honored if you'd wear this, Chip. And I guess thank you for everything you've done for us.
Thank you very much.
Let's clean up after ourselves in the future, huh?
I might need that.
Well, I got bad news for you people out there. It's very bad for me. Not as bad for you, but as bad for me. Jim Maselli's not here. I have 4 pages of ball jokes, 37 pages of weight jokes, all for nil. So, as soon as I find my representing state rep Jim Maselli is Tara Coakley. She's prettier than Jim, and I can't say anything bad about her. I'll get you next year.
It's 3, is that what the grace period is?
Yes, that's it. Yeah, honeymoon's over.
Hi. Like Harry said, my name is Tara Coakley, and I'm Representative Maselli's Chief of Staff. Jim wouldn't have missed this for the world tonight, because he's known Chip since he was a kid. He's seen him grow up through the years, and like his family, Jim's also proud of the respect in which Chip is held by the citizens of Wilmington. He's especially proud of all the good he has done for the young people of this community. Other earlier commitments have made it impossible for Jim to be here tonight, but he wanted to make sure that on behalf of the Commonwealth, that he offers his sincerest congratulations. I have 2 presentations I'd like to make, one of which is a citation from the House of Representatives, which reads, "The Commonwealth of Massachusetts, the House of Representatives, be it hereby known to all that the Massachusetts House of Representatives offers its sincerest congratulations to Chip Bruce in recognition of your being honored as the 1999 recipient of the Wilmington Good Guy Award for your outstanding and dedicated service as Wilmington's Dare Officer and for your participation in countless community programs in the town of Wilmington. Your tireless effort is greatly appreciated and has not gone unnoticed. The entire membership extends its very best wishes and expresses the hope for future good fortune and continued success in all endeavors, given this 14th day of May, 1999, at the State House, Boston, Massachusetts, by Thomas M. Finneran, Speaker of the House, offered by James R. Maselli, Chairman." The second presentation is on behalf of the Governor, Paul Cellucci, and that reads, "The Commonwealth of Massachusetts, Agio Paul Cellucci, given to Chip Bruce in recognition of your achievement as you receive the Wilmington Good Guy Award. which is deserving of recognition by all the citizens of Massachusetts, this 14th day of May in the year 1999. Signed, Argio Paul Salucci, Governor.
Tell Jim I said thanks.
We've talked tonight about how wonderful and happy all the children are in town that turn around every now and then and see Chip coming around the corner. But picture, if you would, a couple of being a young lady, being in the school system, being out from under the eyes of mom and dad, want to say hi to one of the boys in the football team, the baseball team, want to say hi to some of their friends, maybe mom and dad don't want them talking to, and around the corner comes Uncle Chip. So not everybody is happy to see you all the time, Chip. And these two ladies, Cara Bruce, Danielle Hodson, nieces and godchildren of Chip, have something to say. Ladies, if you would. I noticed that, yeah. Take your time, please.
Okay.
Ready?
Uncle Chip is a really good guy. He won the award, and this is why.
He is surrounding. He is everywhere. I see him all the time. He's always there. Don't get me wrong. I really don't mind. It's just kind of funny. He's easy to find.
Sometimes at school and around town, too, he's always there to look out for you.
He's caring and sharing, a real nice guy.
He won the award, and that was why.
Let's get all the Bruces out of the way at one time here. We got a few nephews out there. James, Frankie, Brad, Sean, Derek.
Are we there?
That's good. I'll just, Oh, wait, hold it. Whoops, sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, James Bruce.
Chip, this is to you from the family because you coach all the sports and help all the kids. You're also a great uncle, and you're always there for everyone. Here, this is to you.
Well, no, not yet, not yet. Why don't we have Derek?
Okay.
Oh, Brad, who's speaking next?
Derek.
Oh,
Derek.
little chaos in the Bruce family. This is Derek Bruce. You talk both, right here in the middle, get them both.
Oh, okay.
You're on TV, national TV. Honest to God, yeah? Don't be afraid.
Oh, yeah.
Notice, head up straight, attaboy.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, I have a poem. It's about my Uncle Chip. Oh, okay. There once was a guy from a town. He kind of acts like a clown. He is a good guy, and that's not a lie. Chip is awesome and really cool, and if you disagree, you are a fool. He helps kids when they're having trouble, and if you're in danger, he's there on a double. He deserves this award more than anyone. Thanks you all, but my poem is done.
Go, guys. No one else has anything to say except a gift for Uncle Chip, right? This is Frankie Merle, right here with the tie, Sean Cunningham, and Brad Hodson's.
Thanks.
Am I saying that wrong? Is that good? Represent the Wilmington School Committee, Chairperson Susan Rooney. I have 3 pages up here about Jim Rooney, but not 1 page about Susan. Foiled again. I heard that. He's trying to get me in trouble. I'll clean up after Susan.
You all set now?
I'm all set, good.
Before I get into the serious part of this, I have a little bone to pick with you, Officer Bruce. I had perfect attendance, 6 stair graduations in 2 years. And at the end of the last one, I said to your son, Chet, gee, I really like stuffed animals. And he said, not a problem, I'll get you one. In my trunk. Right, like the shirt that was in your trunk. So I bought you this present. It's the most pathetic replica of a Wildcat I could find with a Wilmington t-shirt, hoping that maybe it would jog your memory, unless your dogs eat it first. So this is for you. And every time you look at this, remember, I want my deer beer. Now, to get back to business. I know, I get tried, you know. Thank you very much. Not to be on a lower note here, but it's very evident to most of us that's been some tragedies in some school systems of late, and it's made the administration and the police department and the school committee kind of take stock of what we do in our school system. And what we've come up with is that Wilmington can be very proud because we are proactive and not reactive. And it's a credit to the police, the administration, and one of our big factions, of course, is the DARE program, which has gone on for many, many years. We've had wonderful DARE officers, and tonight we are here to recognize one that's very special to many of us. Usually when I do these, it's interesting because sometimes I really don't know the person really well on these presentations. Tonight I'm lucky because I get to do this to a very good friend of mine, Chip Bruce. So Chip, on behalf of the Wilmington School Committee, thank you for being a friend to the children of Wilmington, and thank you for being my friend too.
Get over it, Chip.
Open the pad first?
Dude, that's no rules, Chip.
No room? Yeah, I have my knife. Excuse me, I have a knife in my pocket, Eric.
There's a 3-minute break while Chip opens his gifts.
I read it. I don't have to read it out loud.
It's up to you. We have all night, Chip.
Trying to be neat.
I'm envious of you, Chip.
Worth the wait, wasn't it?
Sit down, will you, so we can get started?
Big joy.
Mother of God. We've heard from the junior class. We've heard from the teachers. Let's try a senior, Mr. Mark DiGiovanni.
What happened to the scholarship, Tony? I can't believe it. Anyone you were going to get revoked.
Well, I first met Officer Chip Bruce as a 6th grader at the North Intermediate School. I'm very thankful for having met a person of his unique character. My association with him as a teacher, coach, and friend has progressed and solidified over the years. His presence in my life has had an immeasurable influence.
I've been fortunate enough to be inspired by Chip in many different settings. As a 7th grade DARE student, he informed me of the drugs and alcohol present in society, but most importantly, taught me the proper methods of responsible decision-making. As a soccer and hockey coach, he has taught me the essential qualities of sportsmanship, teamwork, and continuously reminds me that good things happen when you work hard. His influence as a coach has significantly helped us towards accomplishing our team goals. Chip's dedication to the community extends far beyond his efforts as a DARE officer and an athletic coach. During the summer months, he organizes whitewater rafting trips for the different age groups within Wilmington High School. Traveling to Maine, New Hampshire, and even Canada, he gives my friends and I the opportunity to develop lifelong friendships and experience the beauty of nature. Without a doubt, these rafting trips are the highlight of my summer. One of the topics Chip speaks about in the DARE program to his 5th grade students is role models. Chip selected me along with other students to be role models to the youngsters. As a part of the program, the students were able to ask us many questions about drugs, alcohol, and peer pressure. When I was asked the question, who is a role model to you? I proudly responded, Officer Chip Bruce. Thank you, Chip. I know I speak for all the town's youth when I say you're the best. And again, congratulations on this well-deserved honor.
Representing an executive member of the board of the DARE Police Officers of the state of Massachusetts, the DARE officer from Burlington, Massachusetts, Paul Anderson. Cup of coffee, Paul? Thanks.
Go for honey dip.
Okay, on the way.
Well, Chip, on behalf of the Massachusetts DARE Officers Association, I don't want to disappoint you. Nobody could come but me. Just like the governor wasn't here, the congressman wasn't here, the senator wasn't here, the state rep wasn't here, the president of the Mass DARE Association was sorting a sock drawer. He couldn't make it. But I could. I was the one that got stuck with the phone call. We've worked very closely with Wilmington, especially before Chip Bruce. And since Chip has come into it, we haven't seen Wilmington. As a matter of fact, I was at an e-board meeting Tuesday night, bringing this matter up, saying Chip Bruce from Wilmington has been made Good Guy of the Year. Everybody said, who's Chip Bruce? After about a half an hour of trying to explain him and trying to find somebody that trained with him, of which there was no one, they gave me a check to buy a seat and to get a plaque. I personally have worked with Chip once. And his claim to fame so far as the Massachusetts DARE Officers Association is his car. They know the car. He brought it to a state conference once. That's Chip's claim to fame. But as a token, we have come up with this really nifty plaque. And we'd like to present it to you. And it says, presented to DARE Officer Chip Bruce in recognition of your dedication to the children of Massachusetts. Congratulations from the Massachusetts DARE Officers Association on receiving Wilmington's 1999 Good Guy Award. Can I get a refill?
That coffee cup was attempted humor, honest. Out of respect to Chip Bruce, there's actually four businesses here in town of Wilmington that closed down tonight, out of respect for Chip Bruce. They were the 4 Dunkin' Donut franchises. They found out every policeman in town was up here eating and drinking, so... Boy, am I getting tough at the end of the night, guys, huh? Representing the Wilmington School Department, the athletic department in particular, Sue Hardeman, and she's accompanied by, she's being escorted by the Wilmington High School wrestling coach, Mike Pimentel.
Okay, so I'm going to recap like what everyone else has said tonight because I'm number 14, Harry. All right? And even though I know I will probably suffer the consequences like Terry and Mrs. Gravelisi and Bobby Olson will suffer, I'll take that because it was that important for me to be one of those people that nominate you for the Good Guy Award. On a personal level, I believe I have been truly blessed with this friendship since I was a young child myself. I grew up with Chippy, hung with him, did the bad things, learned from my mistakes. I won't say any more because my brother John and Steve and Billy and Biff, they're all just dying to come up. I won't let them. Yeah, well, Chip has the position with the Wilmington Police Department, many other programs, including the DARE program. He takes the job to new heights, as you all know. I believe, like so many of you, that Chip goes above and beyond his job. Many people work for a paycheck. I feel that Chip works for the children and the community, and he does it for the reasons as a person he personally believes in. He offers much extra time and effort to the youth, parents, and the adults of the town. Without his dedication and caring, we would, as a community, lack an incredible positive role model for all our children. As many tonight have already spoken about, in the past, he has volunteered for many activities such as the whitewater rafting, the Teen Center Building Committee, chaperoning, volunteer coaching, canoe trips, just to name a few. He does things on his own time. That is ironic to say, since Chip is the only person that I really know that has a 24-hour day job, 7 days a week. No matter who calls him, what time, he's there, day or night, 2 in the morning, whatever. He has helped to establish an environment in this community that keeps today's youth from slipping into drugs, violence, and rebellion. Bottom line, his devotion to all the children makes Wilmington a better place to live and raise our most cherished assets, our children. So because of that, personally, I absolutely could not think of a better person to be awarded such a wonderful and meaningful award. And as a professional tribute, I would like to say this. I think many times we do not recognize people who they are and what they do. I believe we are really fortunate tonight to have the opportunity to recognize Chip for what he does for so many. On behalf of the athletic department and the many athletes in all the schools throughout Wilmington, I would personally like to thank Chip. His time, commitment, and donations he has made to the teams and many fundraisers should not go unnoticed. We're saying that, and on behalf of the Wilmington High School Athletic Department and the children of Wilmington, we would like to award Chip his very own varsity letter and a varsity pin from every sport Wilmington High School offers. As I can personally guarantee, he has touched the lives of an athlete in each sport along the way.
This is a little discrimination here. Okay, quickly, as everybody has said before, we all know that Chip is the good guy, and I was a new member to the community about 5 years ago, and Chip has been a personal friend and a big help to me here in Wilmington as a coach and a member of the community. First of all, we all know he's a key member of the coaching staff for the varsity hockey team, but I also want everybody to know that he's the backbone of the wrestling team now. He helped start the youth program about 5 years ago, and in the last few years he's been top 2 in the North Shore Youth Wrestling League, so anything that you read about the wrestling team in the future, hopefully positive, it's all because of Chip. And I also wanted to say that he helped sponsor to get the varsity singlets that the boys are wearing. And I've also brought a couple items now that I know he's a fan of WWF wrestling. I have a shirt here from the wrestling team. It has Wilmington Wrestling on the front, and if he does get into the WWF and he can wear one of those singlets, it said, "Real men wear spandex." I also brought a hat. It's embroidered Wilmington Wrestling, so when he's on his way from the hockey rink over to the wrestling matches, he can keep himself warm.
Watch it. Mr. Pimentel said he wanted to lower the mics, he said, because it was discrimination, having them up high. Can you say deplane, deplane? He started it. I'll see him outside right after Chester Bruce. We're coming to the end of the program, but I wanted to say something. Make you move. I'm very fast for a tall old man, believe me. We're going to start the millennium next year and come up with a new plaque for the good guys. We have the standard old mahogany plaque with the brass plate on it we've had for years. And for the millennium, we're going to do something special. So we spent an awful lot of time in preparation, but by unanimous vote, the committee said, let's do the special one this year because Chip was an overwhelming success and vote for the Good Guy Award. So we sent a couple of our good guy friends out to hasten the process of getting the new plaque made. And the plaque is going to be a transparent plaque, laser printing, in the shape of Wilmington. But due to the fact we hurried, and we assigned some of the slower members of the committee to do the job, we have this. This will be presented officially by the former good guy later on in the evening, but this was supposed to be in the shape of Wilmington. Nice job, guys. We're coming to the end of the evening. I'm afraid to go outside. It's very embarrassing for a man to sit up here and have all these good things said about him. I'm sure Chip is no exception. And it's very difficult. But when someone finds out that someone of Chip's character has been nominated and is going to have an evening, people come out and say they'd like to do something, they'd like to write a letter, they'd like to say something special. So when these are said, it gets close to home. I'm sure Chip would die if he knew the preparations that some of these people went to. And we did receive a letter. And this letter from is a lady named Peggy DeVito. She does not want to read the letter herself. She's asked someone to read it for her. So I'm asking former good guy Phyllis Vieira to come up to the podium and read this tribute to Chip Bruce. We're going to rate this lady, see if she's as good as the juniors here, or the seniors, or the teachers. You ready? Don't embarrass me. Okay. Phyllis Vieira.
Chip, first I'd like to say congratulations, and it's my honor to have been asked to read this very special letter. I'll try to do it. To whom it may concern, I've never wanted to tell anyone why my son does not live with me Monday through Friday. For obvious reasons, embarrassment, feeling like a failure as a mother, and not knowing where I went wrong. I also didn't want to air my dirty laundry in public. But as a single parent with 2 teenage boys, I was trying to hold down 3 jobs to make ends meet. I knew I wasn't spending much time with my sons as I wished I could, and blamed many of their problems on myself. At this time, I feel I must put my pride aside and give credit where it is long overdue to Chip Bruce. At the beginning of the school year, my son insisted on living with his father in Wilmington. With his past track record in Tewksbury, he promised me he would improve if he could be with his friends in Wilmington. Against my better judgment, I allowed him to stay with his father to attend school in Wilmington. Approximately one term into the school year, Christian's behavior and grades became unacceptable. I met with teachers, counselors, and the principal, who all bent over backwards and were eager to help. However, Christian could not control his teenage outbursts. After meeting with everyone, school officials decided to give him another chance, for they knew there was a good kid beneath all the animosity. At this particular meeting, school officials observed how Christian and his father were interacting. They suggested I change Christian's living arrangements. Tears came to my eyes, and I left this meeting with my head spinning, not knowing where to turn next. The following Sunday, I attended Christian's football game, and Chip Bruce approached me, and and said he knew about my situation with Christian. I will never forget the words he said next to me. Call me crazy for what I'm about to say, but what do you think about Christian staying at my house to attend Wilmington schools? I see a lot of good in him. I feel I have known him long enough, and I think I might be able to bring out the good in him. I was so shocked. I said I would think about it. But my motherly instinct was saying, no way. I wondered, who is Chip Bruce? A single man without children. How could he help? When I first called my mother, so embarrassed that it had come to this, it was a mother's nightmare. Like a lot of people I know, I had lost control of my son. She said to me, God sent him to you. He is your guardian angel. After much thought and discussion with Chip, I decided to allow Christian to live at his house. My son has already gained so much by living with Chip. Chip is the only man and only adult that my son respects. He treats him as if he was his own son. He spoils him like a father would, and I believe he has a special love for him. He has taught him many things while still enforcing the respect that he lacked. A friend of mine once heard him whisper to Christian, always say please and thank you. Appreciate things that are done for you. Chip deals with my son's shortcomings on a daily basis, and through the good, the bad, and the very ugly, he stood by Christian as if he was his own. There isn't a day that goes by that I don't think of how Chip has sacrificed for the sake of my son. I think about Chip's parents and the way they must have raised him to be such a caring individual. I am truly appreciative for all he has done. There is no way I could ever in a million years repay Chip for what he has done and is still doing for my family. Because of what he has done for my family and the countless others, I don't know anyone who deserves this Good Guy Award any more than Chip Bruce. Thank you, Chip, and your family. Peggy DeVito and family.
Even got my dog in there.
Before we bring this to a close, we have one more speaker, and that is before Chip will say a word or two, hopefully, and that speaker is the good guy from 1998. Oh-ho! That is not the final speaker.
Not enough you didn't want me to speak, but at least the chairman of the board of selectmen.
The chairman of the board of selectmen for the town of Wilmington is here with us. We don't have the time, sorry. Tight schedule. Maybe next year give 2 awards, Jim. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Bob Kane, Chairman of the Wilmington Board of Selectmen. Thank you, Mr. Kyra. What happened, Bob, I spilled gravy on that pot, and your name was obliterated. Yeah.
Long time ago, I learned to say nothing bad about the host of the evening because they always have the microphone last as soon as you start to walk away. And I didn't have to listen to any of the fat jokes that he was saving up for me that he didn't get to use with Miss Maselli, or the ball jokes. Frank doesn't want to hear me either.
35 years, bro.
And haven't heard a word yet. No, it's kind of difficult to come up here after that last note that was read. I think that kind of complements the reason we're all here this evening. A lot of us in this room can relate to the impressions we've had with our children and grandchildren about the respect that they've come to have for the Wilmington Police Department. I used to hear from my children about Bobby Shelley. Finally, he got gray hair. He might still have hair, but it's starting to get gray. Now my granddaughter's coming home telling me about Chester Bruce. So I says, geez, you know, I sit on the Board of Selectmen with his dad, so I know what it's like. I have to tell you, we miss him. Whenever you're ready to come back, Chet, I want to congratulate you and Mrs. Bruce. You have a fine family, and we all appreciate you sacrificing part of them to spend with us.
Thank you.
I do get to present the ball because I happen to be the chairman this year. For the whole year, I hope. Sometimes it gets shaky. You know how that is. This may be empty, but it really has all our best wishes in it for you, Chet. All right. Thank you. Chip, I got called Fred a lot of my life. We call you Chet. Don't worry about it.
It's the same name.
Good luck to you.
Thank you very much.
See you.
For you people who haven't heard Bob Kane speak before, you know why I forgot him. I love the power of the microphone. I'm not leaving this building tonight. I'll clean up after you, Bob, too. Ladies and gentlemen, to present the temporary Good Guy Award for 1999, the former good guy from 1998, or the present good guy from 1998, Mr. Bill Ross. Bill.
Good evening. My name is Bill Ross, and last year I've had the honor of being the good guy and being part of a great group of people. And representing them this year, I'd like to present this year's award to Chip Bruce, and it reads, Wilmington, Mass. Good Guy Award, Chip Bruce, May 14th, 1999. This is the first one.
Thank you very much.
Why'd you whisper? You sounded proud when you said.
That's the first one.
Chip, open your present.
I'm afraid to now, Tom. Good Guy 1999. Thank you very much.
Before we ask Chip to officially accept the Good Guy Award tonight and say a few words, I've been asked to mention the good guys here in the hall tonight who have preceded Chip in this prestigious award. Receiving this prestigious, yeah, nice word, forget it. Great. I'm doing, I'm gonna go sit with the juniors. Holy mother of God. Only kidding, James. James, by the way, I want to take a second out and compliment the teachers of Wilmington High and the staff of Wilmington High to produce a group of boys like that who have been nothing but perfect out there tonight. Between the parents and the teachers, somebody is doing something right, guys. Nice job out there. The good guys that are present tonight, as I mentioned, we lost 3, and Frank Safas is here, and no, he's still, he's sitting up straight. He's all right. We have Frank Kelly. Frank, stand up as I call your name, Frank. Judy DePalma's over here. Judy DePalma, 1986. Paul Bulva, 1988. 1989, Ivan Palmer. 1990 was a bad year. He never showed up. 1991, Irene Sharp Brennan is here. 1992, Bob DePalma. 1993, Tom Vazzara. 1995, Ed Whitney. 1996, Jim Buckley. 1997, Phyllis Vieira. 'And the aforementioned 1983 was Bob Shelley. I think that's all, except for 1999, Mr. Chip Bruce.
Where to begin? Certainly, thank you all. It's absolutely amazing. I had an inkling of what was going on, but even still, to walk in the door and to look at the hall and see the faces and the amount of people in here is absolutely overwhelming. It's not something that I don't think people look for. You don't go through life looking for an award like this. To be appreciated, like it seems that I might be, it's touching. When I came in, I noticed right away so many of my friends, more importantly, so many of my family members, and to look down the far end and see why I do my job. That's what it's all about. It's having a great group of kids that I get to work with. People ask me a lot why I do what I do. To sit here and listen to what people had to say is why I do what I do. I get as much out of this, believe it or not, as I guess I didn't realize I was giving that much. There's a lot you get. And I tell people all the time that you can't take this job away from me. I wouldn't give this up for anything. You can't pay me enough to replace the non-monetary rewards that I get from working with this program I work with. I need to thank certainly my chief and my direct boss, Chief Stewart and Lieutenant Spencer. They allow me to do my job in a way that I want to do it. They give me the latitude that I need to do what I think needs to be done. And certainly a lot of who I am is because of the two people sitting beside me. Some of the qualities that I think I possess come directly from them. I know growing up, we come from a large family, as you can see, and a humble background. Growing up, friends had maybe better houses. I don't know as though anyone had a better home. And that's certainly a credit to my mom and dad. Our doors were open all the time. At one point or another, there must, I think, 5 or 6 out of the 8 of us had a friend that was living in our house because they needed help and they needed a place to stay. So I guess when I do these things that you people think I do, it's because of where I come from and what I come from. And I want to thank you, Mom and Dad, for who I am. Now, I don't know what I'm going to do with all these things that hang on the walls, Chief, so I hope I'm getting a nice big office in that new police station. Maybe somebody can put a plug in for that. But I do want to thank you all very much. It's a special night and one I won't soon forget. It means a great deal to be appreciated and appreciated by the people I work for. Hearing from Jimmy and Mark, they're two amazing, amazing kids. They make going to work a pleasure, and it's great to work with a bunch of guys. And it's hard to call it work. You know, I go to work every day with a smile, and it's really hard to call it work. It's just it's a real lot of fun. Thanks. As you can see, we get to work with Muriel Gravelisi. That's. But again, thank you all very much for coming. I appreciate it very much. Good night.
On behalf of the Good Guy Committee, we'd like to thank you all for being here. We'd like to ask all the good guys to kind of hang around the hall. We're going to take a group picture later on surrounding our new good guy, Chip Bruce.